All right. So you guys ask me, I'm leaving that in there. You guys ask me all the time, what do you think this celebrity had? What do you think that celebrity had? So I'm doing this series with some of my employees. This is Sarah.
Hi.
And I know what Sarah had, and Sarah knows what Sarah had.
I do.
And so with this, we're actually going to look at some real people, real faces, and actually show you, Sarah, how long have you been working here?
I want to say almost 4 years.
4 years. Okay, so she's been here about 4 years, and my employees, they have pretty much unlimited access at either very little cost or no cost to most of the things that we do here. And so it becomes kind of like, what do you actually want and what looks pretty and that kind of stuff, as opposed to, it kind of takes the access and affordability out of it, which is kind of nice. One of the things I like about Sarah is, I think, very natural looking, and we'll look at some of the before and after pictures I'm going to show you. And as I was putting these together, one of the things that struck me is you're very subtly improved, but not, people often think like if you could have access to anything, like you'll go overboard.
Right.
Not at all. So would you tell us, what have you done so far here?
Okay, so I think the most dramatic improvement would be my nose. So we did, or I know it's almost been a year, which is crazy, a year in September. So that would be, I think, the biggest thing. And then I've done some fillers and Botox, and like microneedling is one of my favorite services here. I really like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, let's start with the nose. You guys are seeing this on screen. Sarah's seeing this today kind of for the first time.
I just love it.
What do you see? What impressions do you get when you look at that?
I just feel like my face is so much more balanced in this second photo. I mean, the profile is just like perfect. But I don't know, it's just so much cuter.
Yeah, it's cuter. Like I think you just look, I say this a lot with noses, friendlier in a weird way. I think you look a little friendlier and just like a little just kind of softer and I don't know, something about on a woman, my nose is terrible, but on a woman especially, a convex, strong nose comes across almost a little harsh, I think.
Yeah.
There's kind of a softness, I think, in the after.
Right.
Now you mentioned you had some injectable treatments done.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what injectable treatments you've had done?
So I've done my lips. I did my jawline, but that's been about 2 or so years ago. And then I did tear trough recently. I did that shortly after the rhinoplasty.
Okay, so jawline. So this, I think, is of the injectable treatment. And you said how long has it been?
2.5 years, probably.
Okay, so a lot of times people, we just kind of get in this mode. This filler is 1 year. This filler is 1 year, 9 months, 2 years. So the pictures you guys are seeing, the pictures she's about to see, 2 years after jawline. Did you do any cheek?
Yes.
Okay, so take a look at that and tell me what you see.
Oh yeah, I think I look thinner.
They're all going to ask, are you thinner?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, because they're going to ask. That's a question. That's a genuine question.
Yeah.
So I think you can this is 2 years after your jawline treatment.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you can see the back part of the jaw, the gonial angle, the chin itself, the high outer cheek. You can almost see that on the far cheek better than the closed cheek on these pictures. The cheek kind of away from the screen.
Yeah.
And then the nose, and it's actually changed. These are flat lenses, so I don't have the ability to zoom this lens. These lenses are fixed focus. So a lot of times when you see changes like this with the central face changing from the outer face, it's because the objective distance is different. This is not the case. These are professional flat focus lenses. They're not phone photos. Totally change your facial proportions.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you see when you look at those?
I feel like I look younger.
Yeah, so those pictures, you're 4 years older.
Right, so that's good. I mean, who doesn't want to look younger? I feel like before, I would always get the question, where are you from? And I feel like people would put me in like different regions, like I could be from almost anywhere. So, and now I just feel like, I don't know, people really don't ask me that anymore.
Well, let me ask you a question. That brings up a question. A lot of people will say, what is your background? Do you know?
Italian and German.
Italian and German. Okay. So a lot of times I'll have patients say, I don't want I love Lebanese people to say, I don't want my Lebanese nose anymore. I'll have other people say, I don't want to lose my Lebanese look.
Right.
Or substitute Indian, Italian, Bosnian, whatever you want. So you said, people used to ask you where you're from, and now not so much.
Right.
Is it neither here nor there? Is it weird? Does it bother you? They don't ask you anymore? Or are you like happy not to be asked anymore?
Probably happy, because I'm like, I have to go explain this again.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm glad we're talking, because it would never have crossed my mind that that's something that happened and doesn't happen anymore.
It's always that, and then Sarah with or without an H. Those were like the biggest.
And it's Sarah with an H.
With an H.
So, well, thank you for doing that. Will you give them like 3 or 4 words on your rhinoplasty recovery? What was the surgery day like? What was the rhinoplasty day like?
I would say as far as the recovery goes, it was maybe pretty uncomfortable the first couple days. But I was really swollen, remember?
I remember. That's why I'm asking you. So we have all different kinds. Some people, nothing.
Yeah.
And you had a tougher recovery.
I did. But it was, I would say, 3 or 4 days it was pretty tough. And then after that, it just got gradually better each day.
And I'm going to stick up here her 1 week so you can kind of see what she looked like at a week after her rhinoplasty.
I was like, oh!
I'm going to stick it up here. Yeah, well, good. Well, I appreciate it. So I'm going to go back here to your side. Let's just go to your front view. So here's your front view. And you know, it's very, very subtle, and
it is.
I think that's one of the things that I like about having you in this series is it's not a dramatic transformation,
right?
And it doesn't always have to be.
It's funny because even my parents are like, when I told them I was going to do it, they're like, "Why would you do that?" And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, you still look like you." So it's not like it changed my face completely to where I'm a different person.
Yeah, I mean, even your whole face, like all the different things, the injections, the treatments, like you still look like you, just a little filter.
Yeah, I'm filtered now.
Well, great. Well, thank you for doing this for us.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
appreciate it.
It was fun.
And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below.
Thank you.